Hey guys, it is that time of the year. We're going to be doing some fall deep cleaning, decorating the front porch. I have an allergy update with you with some new information. We're going to be making some protein pumpkin spice energy bites and a super easy crockpot meal that we all loved. So let's get ready and let's do this together. Hey friends, welcome back to Jamie's Journey. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. If you're brand new, thank you for taking time out of your day to come and hang out with me. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, but either way, we have an amazing community here. So make sure you say hi if you are new. Like I said, just an amazing community here. So we're all kind of in this together, and hopefully I can share some recipes today, some deep cleaning motivation, some fall inspiration that will kind of help you maybe put a smile on your face. So this was on day one of cleaning, and I was just kind of like cleaning up our bedroom. Mike and Avery were going to be at softball practice. This was later in the evening, so the twins were going to kind of help me clean up a little bit in the kitchen and the living room. It was after dinner. They were coloring and working on some arts and crafts, but this is the cream that I've been using on my face. It's a steroid cream, which, speaking of steroid creams and allergy problems, I have a long update for you later on in this video. I had my second round of testing for all of the allergy symptoms I've been having, and I finally got an answer. So I have a long explanation for that here at the end of the video, but I know a lot of you guys are here for cleaning, so we'll do the cleaning, and then if you're here for the allergy update, that is at the end. I encourage you to put that on while you're cooking, cleaning, doing something else, and you can kind of just like listen to me as if you're listening to a podcast or an audiobook. So that's later on. So someone had messaged me on Instagram and asked about this allergen spray. I've been using this for a couple of years now, and it's become more relevant with all of these allergy problems and symptoms I've been having. Someone had asked me on Instagram if I thought it really made a difference, and it's so hard to say because you can't physically see it. Like if I'm using a cleaning product and I have a space that's really dirty and I use this, spray cleaner or a certain sponge, I can tell how well it's picking up dirt or cleaning dirt, but it's so tough with an allergen spray because it's like, is it making things better? Is it not helping at all? I have no idea, but at this rate, I'm like, well, it probably can't hurt, so I've continued to use it. So just wanted to throw that out there. So this was in the evening. Like I said, Mike and Avery were at softball practice. She has a couple more weeks of softball before it's too cold, but I'm just getting everything picked up. But I want you guys to definitely stick around because later in today's video, I'm making some protein pumpkin spice energy bites. So you guys know I have my normal energy bite recipe that we all love, and these are pumpkin spice, and I made them for the girls and they were a hit. And they have actually added protein than like the normal energy bite. So if you guys are looking for a protein packed snack for the fall, you're definitely going to want to stick around for this recipe. So I will be totally curious if you guys stick around until the end of this video. Like I said, I'm going to be giving a lengthy explanation of the allergy that I have and all of the findings that we got to the bottom with all of my allergy testing. And it's honestly a very common allergy. So I'm curious if you guys can help me. I've been doing so much research on this topic, what I can do to help it, different things that I can do to maybe make things better for myself, but this is a very common allergy. So I want to know from you guys if you've ever had any experience with this, what you can do to help it, and all of that. So, and honestly, some of you guys may be going through this. Something that I've been noticing after I've shared this journey of mine of having this allergy, a lot of you guys have reached out to me and said, I found I've had the same issues. I've had the same symptoms. I've had the same patches, and I don't know what it could be. And so what I'm hoping is that my investigations, my research, going to my doctor can even help you guys as well. And this particular allergy I have found is very common in about 1/3 of Americans. So a lot of people are allergic to this. And so I'm digging deep. I'm trying to figure out how can I make this better. I'm curious. I hope you guys can help me. So make sure you stick around till the end where I explain it all. And I hope it gives you guys some answers. Maybe you guys can help me. And I just think that's one of the best things about this community is we're all in this together and we can kind of share our experiences. I can share what I'm going through, and maybe you're not going through this now, but maybe in a couple of years you will, or maybe it'll be a friend or a sibling or a family member that will be going through something similar, and you can be like, hey, maybe look into this. And I just think that's one of the best parts about social media is we can all share our experiences, and then you never know. Like I know for me, I never thought I would have PCOS. I never thought I have it. I've been told that I don't fit the physical profile of someone who has PCOS, but I was following someone on social media who had PCOS, and they had a very similar build as I did, and they were constantly told, you don't have PCOS because of how you physically look. And then she was diagnosed, and that is why I pushed my doctor to test me for PCOS, and I was diagnosed with PCOS. So I feel like one of the benefits of social media is we can all learn from each other. So hopefully, I don't know. I'm just hoping my allergy story can help you guys as well. So I have a little hack to keep your mums alive for most of the fall season. So what you do when you first get your mums, so just so you know, these mums that we got from the girls, their school they have a fundraiser, and these are from a local nursery, so you wouldn't be able to purchase them. But you take your mums, you can do this with any mums, you soak them in water for 30 minutes. So I think everything I read is they are root feeders, so you want the water to come from the roots, the bottom, and you don't want to water them from the top, but soak them for 30 minutes. So we did that with every mum that we had, and we did this last year, and it kept them alive for all season long. So before we decorate, I'm going to do some deep cleaning, hose down, scrub down the front porch, because I will not do this again until the spring, because by Christmas time, I don't decorate my front porch for Christmas. Mike puts up Christmas lights, but I don't do anything too crazy because, number one, it's really cold, and it's just a lot of work and a lot of money for a month. And if you do that, go for it. It's just me personally. I just don't love decorating that much, that I just do my, I'll do the spring and the summer, and then I'll do the fall because we leave it up for 3 months. So I was power washing this concrete. I was going to clean it with some Dawn dish soap. If you need a concrete cleaner, Zep makes a really good concrete cleaner. Mike doesn't like me using it because you do have to be careful. The concrete cleaner from Zep can kill flowers, it can kill grass, and Mike is very particular about our grass. We have spent a lot of money on landscaping and our grass, so I get it. So he just says, please don't use the concrete cleaner if you can. So I use Dawn dish soap, and that does a pretty good job. So Dawn power washer, and then I'm going to use a little scrubber that I like to use. It's actually a cleaner for the car, but I don't use it for that. I use it to scrub the concrete. So I know a lot of you guys saw me do this last week, but if you didn't, I'm cleaning my screens. I'm just cleaning it with cold water and Dawn dish soap. And then you're going to see me going with WD-40. WD-40 is a lubricant, and if you put that on your screens, it will help coat them, keep them cleaner for a little bit longer, kind of repel dust and dirt. Now in last week's video, so I propped the screens up against the house like you see me doing here, and I got a lot of questions about spraying the WD-40. It was on the siding and the concrete, and if that caused an issue. When I'm done using the WD-40, I just hose the concrete and the siding down, and it doesn't stain at all. There was zero staining last week when I did it on the back patio, and zero staining on the concrete or on the siding here. So I just hose it down when I'm done. So some of this stuff I did get last year. These throw pillow covers are new from Amazon, so they will be linked below. I will try to link anything below, but if it's from last year, it may not be available. But I wanted to add a little bit of pop of color to these white chairs to kind of pull from the colors on the rest of the porch. But like I said earlier, you're going to see me here pull in some planners. So there's pumpkin planners. Those were from the fundraiser that we did last year. So every year, the girls' elementary school, they do this fundraiser where you can buy, they call them mumpkins. So there's like a pumpkin, and then we just saved these planners, and then we just bought mums from the fundraiser. So they have like a Frankenstein, they have ghosts, they have a couple of different ones where they're really cute. These we also got from the fundraiser, so just wanted to throw that out there. But they're so cute, and they benefit our school and a local nursery, so it's kind of like a win-win. All right, I have these little bats that I'm gonna give a try. I don't know if they're gonna look stupid, but I think they're cute, so we will see how they look. So I do have some pumpkins, some fake pumpkins, some white flocked pumpkins, and some orange that are coming from Walmart that were not here yet. So when those come in, I might add those next week, so I'll share those with you. I just wanted to add a little bit more white, a little bit more pumpkin, but those are coming from Walmart, so maybe I'll share those next week. But let's get into good week and bad week before we get into the recipes and then my long allergy update here at the end. So good week was just finally getting some answers on the allergy issues, which like I said, we'll talk about here in a minute. And then last weekend we went out with some friends for a friend's birthday, and it was just fun to let loose, have fun with our friends. Mike and I have a lot of couple friends. To be honest with you, most of our friends are all just couple friends, so we go out when we get a chance, because we're all just so busy with our kids, and all of our kids play different activities or different sports, so we're all kind of like scattered, and it's rare that we get a moment or an evening together, and we finally were able to come together, and it was just nice to have fun and let loose with some friends. So that was a good week. The bad week I'll get to in a minute. So my bad week, I was almost hesitant to share this because, you know, you can be like, it's hard to share parts of your life on the internet. You kind of want to be protective of your family, but every time I like sat down and was like, okay, what's the best part of my week? What's the lowest part of my week? The lowest part of my week was Mike and I have been bickering more so this week than normal. And I've never been a big proponent on like overly complimenting my relationship and talking about how great it is the same way I don't want to complain about it. I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel like I have to talk about how strong of a relationship I have because I feel like it'll speak for itself, right? But at the same time, I also don't want to, you know, make this appearance that we're perfect in any sort of way, and we certainly aren't. But it's just kind of funny, or it's not funny, but like, you know, bickering, you know, nothing too crazy, but just bickering. But then you still have to like raise 3 kids and go through life. So it's like, I'm annoyed with you right now, but I need you to go do X, Y, and Z, or hey, did you make that call? Or hey, did you pack that lunch? Or hey, did you sign that permission slip? You know, all of that. So like still working together, but like kind of bickering. It is that time of the month for me. So maybe we'll blame it on that, or maybe it's just, you know, real life, but a little bit of bickering. But the one thing I am grateful is we're both really respectful, and I think we make a good partnership. So despite the bickering, it's like we're working well together to get everything done. But things are not always perfect around here, but you know what? They're pretty good, so I can't complain, but just a little bit of bickering. Okay, so really quickly, this is the chicken and biscuits crockpot meal. So I just combined some 3 chicken breast. I put it in there with 4 cups of chicken broth, 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, and I use the cream of chicken with herbs. I put in some garlic salt and garlic powder, cook that on about 4 hours on low. Then I shredded my chicken with my chicken shredder. This is the best chicken shredder ever. Put the shredded chicken back in there. And then you're going to see me add a can of biscuits. So Pillsbury Grand's biscuits, cook that for another hour. And then I dumped in a bag of frozen veggies, carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. You guys, this was an amazing recipe. So good. The girls loved it. I think the cream of chicken with herbs is the key there. So really good recipe and super easy. Hey guys, yes, I'm wearing my same sweatshirt. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I kind of go in like cycles where I will get a sweatshirt that I just love wearing and I just wear it over and over and over most of the time because I always wear like a under tank under my sweatshirts. If I don't leave the house, I will just like reuse it for a couple of days. Maybe that's gross, but it cuts down on laundry and I don't know, like I'm clean. I shower every day. If I'm not leaving the house, I have an undershirt. I guess I justify it. But anyways, wearing my master sweatshirt, but what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna make some pumpkin energy bites. You know we love our energy bites around here. I have an original recipe that I will have linked in the description. It's our favorite, it's our go-to. I haven't been eating them a lot lately. I've been eating like higher protein snacks like protein bars and protein shakes and things like that, but the girls have been eating them almost every single day when they get home from school. So I like it because I think it's a balanced snack, especially for Avery as she's heading out of the door to softball practice, and it kind of like fills their belly up, gives them them a little bit of a sweet treat, but it's still healthy before dinner. So anyways, we're gonna try these pumpkin protein bites. This one has a little bit more protein than my average energy bite. And then we're gonna add some pumpkin spice and some pumpkin. And I just thought it would be like a really, I just thought it would be a really good treat for the fall. So we're gonna. These ended up being really good. I'll share with you because when I made them, the girls later this evening, the girls tried them when they got home from school, so you can see their first reaction. But they're really, really good. I will have the recipe link, or I typed up the recipe in the description of this video. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. So I've been using protein powder for probably consistently close to a year. And something that I've learned that I've shared on here, but if you guys have missed it, when I add protein powder to any type of snack or any type of food, it helps specifically with consistency if you mix it with some water and you kind of create it in like and it can be a little bit more watery than this, but this is the consistency that I made. I just kind of eyeball the water and it mixes up, and then when you put it in the energy bites, it doesn't taste as chalky. Once I started doing this, I've even added this to yogurt before, and it is really game changing when it comes to adding protein powder to any sort of snack. So mix your protein powder with water first and then add it to whatever food you are, and you'll thank me later. What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. You will find a way. Slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride. 'Cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth the ride. So you're essentially just mixing it all together like you do the regular energy bite recipe, and then I pop them in the freezer for a few minutes to kind of make them a little bit harder and not super sticky, and then I made them into balls and then refroze them. I keep them frozen and they defrost in maybe like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes at the very most, but we like keeping them in the freezer. I kind of like them being like slightly hard. So they're really, really good, and I just like the added protein. You like it?
Mm-hmm. Well, it tastes like pumpkin. Mm-hmm. Like it?
What do you think, Aves? You like it?
It tastes like pumpkin.
It does?
Mm-hmm.
Those are actually really healthy.
I want to eat them every day.
Let's sit down and have a little chat. I believe I'll put this at the end of the video because I know that you all don't care about, I don't mean it like that, you don't care, but a lot of you guys, you know, are here just for the cleaning, and maybe you're just not interested in my allergy journey. So I'm probably gonna be putting this at the end, but right now the front porch is drying, so I have a little bit of time that I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. So just sitting here, and I thought I'd update you on my allergy testing. So just to rewind really quickly, I started having bad allergy symptoms when we moved into this house. I've always had seasonal respiratory allergies, so it would get bad. Like I'd get the stuffy nose, congestion, postnasal drip, all of that in the spring a lot, in the fall, and occasionally a few times here or there throughout the rest of the year, but it was mainly seasonal. And I've been taking a daily Claritin and Nasonex, I think, like over-the-counter nasal spray daily for a couple of years. I've also been doing a saline rinse, a neti pot, where you essentially flush your sinuses with salt water. So I've been doing that all of that for years, doing everything, I guess, that I think I can to combat these seasonal allergies. It was always manageable until we moved into this house. We moved in December of 2022, I believe. And almost not initially, but I started to notice an increase in my respiratory allergy symptoms. Instead of it just being seasonally, it just seemed to always be there. It was never horrible. It never like really affected my daily life, but I always had a stuffy nose, always had the postnasal drip, or for the most part. And it was just odd, but whatever, moved on. I did notice that a lot of times, like specifically last winter, I remember I would wake up in the morning, and every morning that I would wake up, my face would be super puffy. My eyes would be like not swollen where it looked like I had got hit in the face, but like my eyelids would be really swollen and like a little saggy. It looked like I didn't get any sleep the night before, and it was just tough because like Avery would have early morning basketball games, and I just always looked really puffy. Now, as the day would go on, you could just feel everything draining, and I would look better and feel slightly better as the day had went on, but that started. And then in January of this year, 2024, Mike and I were at his work's Christmas party. He works remotely, but his job is like 2 hours away. So we went to the Christmas party. We stayed in a hotel. I woke up the next morning and my eye was very swollen. I had this eczema patch on there. I had a patch on my neck. And then since then, that was in January 2024, I've had one on my neck. I have one here, one on this eyelid, and the biggest one is right here. So they're eczema patches, and they got really bad in the winter and the spring. I mean, I had to use a steroid cream on them every single night. They were scaly. They didn't itch, but there was like a slight burn to them. They just felt raw. And so I went to my primary care doctor. They ran blood work and tested me for a bunch of different things. Cats, dogs, pets, foods, every food that you can think of that somebody would be allergic to. And the only thing that I came back as a positive was dust mites. But they were like, like most people are allergic to dust mites, so we are not gonna, it's really not a concern. They told me to make sure you're vacuuming all of the time, change your sheets, use a mattress cover, blah, blah, blah. And it just kind of made me laugh. So I was like, okay. So we waited, but then the patches kept getting worse. And then Mike and I went to Augusta, Georgia for the Masters. He won tickets to the golf tournament. And if you guys don't know, we live in Northwest Ohio. So we went the first week in April, and the first week in April here is still pretty cold. It's cold, it's dry. And so we went to Augusta, Georgia, where it was in the low 70s, and we get down there and I had all my stuff, my steroid creams, and I didn't have to use any of it. So to me that signified, okay, it's something in my environment, right? Because I didn't have the symptoms, and I didn't have the patches. I'm I wasn't putting the cream on it when I was down there, and they were fine. And at that point here in Ohio, I was putting it on every night, or it looked really bad. So I was okay. So I went back to my doctor, and she's like, all right, something's going on. And she sent me to an allergist. So this was in May. And to be honest with you, I kind of put it off. We got busy. We went to Disney. The girls were playing t-ball and softball. And the main reason why I put it off was because the patches got better. I did not have to put a steroid cream on it. As the warm weather moved into Ohio, and the patches were there, but I only had to use the cream once a week, and with our busy schedule, I just kind of put it off. So then finally I called the doctor in, let's see, I waited all summer. It was really bad. I called in early August. They couldn't get me into the allergist until late October, but they said we can put you on a cancellation list, and if you get put on a cancellation list, we'll call you if anyone cancels, and you can get in earlier. And I was like, great. So they called me, I think it was in mid-August, and they said we have an appointment it was actually the next day, and it was maybe late August. So I went in, it was right around the time the girls were starting school. So I went in and they ordered all of the rounds of tests. I'm really happy with how they're handling everything. So the rounds of testing was number one, a patch test where they take a little square and they put a chemical on it. So every day, common chemicals that are in cleaning products, beauty products, nail polishes, pretty much very common allergens, chemicals, and they put it on a little patch, and then they put it on my body, and then they like wrap it with like a sticky gauze, and I had to wear that for 48 hours. And then I came back and they looked to see if I had like a little patch. So out of all 70 chemicals, only one came back positive. It was propolis, which is like a waxy substance. It's like a beeswax. It's used in a lot of like chapsticks or like just waxy type of stuff. I went through all of my beauty products, laundry detergent, all of that. It's not in there. So I just think, they said a lot of people are allergic to it. I just think it was like a fluke thing that like, I'm allergic to it. I didn't know about it, but it's not in anything that I, use. And then I was questioned because it is like a derivative of bees, I believe. So I had asked them when I went the other day, I was like, okay, what about honey? And they said, if you're consuming it, like you would have to consume a ton of honey for it to affect you. So it doesn't affect me orally, but if it like came in contact with my body. So it's like, okay, well, at least I know that, but I don't think I'm not putting honey on my face or my neck. So that was round 1 of testing, patch chemical testing. Round 2 was this week, and they did environmental testing. And so what they did was they took, it felt like a toothpick on my back, and they pricked me with 70 environmental allergens. So mold, cats, dogs, rabbits, guinea pigs were on there, pollen, ragweed, did I say mold? Just like dust mites, like a million different things. They just like poked my back. And then then after that, they said they wanted to do further testing on some of the actual like pollen and ragweed. So then they took an actual needle and pierced the top layer of my skin. The one on the back, it did not pierce the back layer of my skin. It just like felt like like a little pick. The ones on my arms, they ended up having to go under the first layer of skin. It wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. It just felt like a little pinch or less. It didn't even feel like I was getting my blood taken. So that was yesterday, or that was this week. And I came back, the only thing that I came back positive for was dust mites. So I was like, all right. So dust mite allergy, which we kind of already knew, but I mean, this was further testing, and this is with an allergist, and they said this is a very common allergy, but the fact that it is causing eczema, this is a pretty severe allergy. It's affecting you. And so where do we go from here? Allergy shots, that's what they're recommending, because they said, you know, like your body is like in chaos right now. Your immune system's all over the place because it's trying to fight this allergen. Now, so dust mites, you know, I'm doing everything I could be doing, or should be doing. I have pillow covers and mattress covers. Actually, I have 2 pillow covers on our pillows, and I have a hypoallergenic pillow. But what I'm thinking now is I'm going to do even more research and find pillow covers and mattress covers that are specific to fighting dust mites, number 1. I'm going to do that. We have a hospital grade air purifier. I just don't know, is it something within, is like being a new build, right? Like it's a new build. Is there extra dust in here? We did have our air ducts cleaned out because of this problem recently, but we have a house, as a lot of you guys know, getting built on both sides, currently on both sides of our house, and then there's 2 getting built across the street. So I wonder, and these are further questions I will ask when I go back, because I have one more round of testing, and it's a CT scan of my sinuses, which I'm going to go back and get those results, and then they'll discuss further treatment options. But you know, I just wonder, when they say like dust mites are in every house, right? That's very common. But like the fact that we have houses going up, like does that create more dust? I would assume so. But like, is that dust getting put in our house? So I just wonder, when all of these, like, you know, we have all these cars that are, you know, going into, because like they have like different crews of guys who will go into because there's all these new houses getting built in the neighborhood. Lots of dirt outside. You know, we have a lot of dirt outside on our road because of all the construction. We obviously have a lot of dust and dirt coming from both sides of the houses that are getting, you know, built. So I don't know when those are done, when all of the houses are done, which honestly, I think they should be done by next summer, at least on our street. Like, will it go away? But anyways, allergy shots, they said that I can start doing. That's what they would recommend because of the severe dust mite allergy. It just kind of makes me laugh because like there was a moment there I was like, is it mold? Am I being poisoned? You know, I kind of went down like this road of like starting to worry a little bit more, but it's just dust mites. So no mold. We got our house tested for mold as well. I do not have a mold allergy. It's just dust mites. So my plan right now is to change out pillow covers and mattress covers with dust mite specific covers. There's something else I want to get, which I think you guys might think will be a little bit cool. And if I can get it, I'll share it maybe next week if I can get it in time. That can help with just dust in general in my house. And I'm just gonna really try to vacuum as much as I can, even more, run my robot vacuums more than I already do. And yeah, just try to wash blankets as often as possible. I think the one downfall is, yes, we have carpet, but as of right now, I know you guys are gonna be like, you need to get rid of your carpet. And the answer is, yeah, we probably should. However, it would be a very expensive, to remove all of that and then replace it with the hardwood flooring all over our house. So as of right now, I know you guys think we're crazy, but we live in cold weather climate. And when you guys live in a cold weather climate, you get it. I think you get it. And I know we're kind of crazy, but I've said this before. And I know so many people think we're crazy when I say this because it just depends on what climate you live in. In my life, I only know one person's house in my entire life that does not have, that has all hardwood flooring in their house. And I'm not in their main areas, I'm sorry. Because a lot of people, like my parents have carpet in their bedrooms, but they have hardwood flooring throughout the living room and kitchen. I'm talking in their living room. I only know my parents are the only one. Every other person in my life, friends, acquaintances, family members, everybody has carpet. So it's kind of a common thing here. And I know that's probably not helping, but I don't know. I vacuum a lot and I just feel like it would be very expensive. So as of right now, that's not something we're going to tackle. We're just gonna hope the allergy shots should work. And my allergist says he doesn't think that the carpet is the main issue and that the allergy shots will help with that. So that is the plan. So next week, I'll give you guys an update on the CT scan that I had of my sinuses because that's something they're like maybe a little bit worried about. And then the for sure treatment plans because we're gonna go over that. So that is the allergy journey. Dust mites. Dust mites are getting to me. So if you guys have any experience with a severe dust mite allergy that's causing eczema, let me know. Give me your tips, your tricks. But I'm just also anxious as the weather gets colder and drier if the eczema patches will flare up and get worse again, or maybe that was just last winter and spring. So we'll see. It's still pretty warm, so we got some time, but I will keep you guys updated on this crazy journey and how the allergy shots go.